Hello, hello, my crafty friends. How are you today? Make sure actually look pretty decent as far as being straight, I think. So we'll move that out of the way. Looking forward to sharing some of the paper pumpkin and the finished pages now that I have them done. With y'all. And you need this. And then we're going to talk about the Memories and More card packs. I haven't, I've gotten them, but I haven't really played with them. So I don't know them. So I was going to, I really like there's pieces of the Memories and More card pack. And they made some really pretty cards here. And I was just like, wow, those are kind of easy cards to be able to create for the purpose of some Christmas cards. So I thought we'd take a look at them and play with them a little bit. So that will be our class here. How is work, Barbara? Kind of putting myself back together from the craziness I created this weekend with getting things done. We have our crop. Just a reminder for everybody that we have our crop this weekend. Crop-tastic. Woo! There goes my cards. Having a really hard time. I'm going to show you what we were supposed to create and what we created. With paper pumpkin. Not fun. Your work has not been fun. I'm sorry to hear that, although I can relate to that statement right now. To not fun. Trying to keep caught up with everything. Trying to keep up. Spent a lot of time trying to keep up. All right. I am listening to an audiobook right now. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I forget the name of it now. But every time I listen to an audiobook, I think about my friend Barbara. Hi, Bernice. How are you? Okay, so I have a few things going on to share with y'all. And the first thing I'm going to do is kind of go over some paper pumpkin alternatives that I did. And, we had, let's see, my cards fell all over the place. So we had 3 cards and we made them. And they look like this. We made one set in our class and one set online. And now I'm missing the 1, 2... Gotta find the one. Here's the originals. All right, so those are the ones that you could make as the kit. And then I added the embellishments to that, just because that's me. And this is what we did as far as some of them within the class. So I took that same frame and I just did it up a little bit differently. So you could see what I did. So this was how it was. And this is, cut the cards in half, do all that kind of fun stuff. You can see it's different. I feel like the tree really stands out more on that linen than it did with this. I sent the link out, Barbara, for the Zoom, in case you would find that helpful. And then with it, I thought to myself, oh my gosh, that's a cutout. That's a perfect shaker card. So I made some shaker cards out of them. I wish I'd have thought about doing the shaker cards ahead of time, because I think they look pretty neat. And I would have done all 4 in the shaker cards. These strips that Stampin' Up! Has, these thin strips, you can go to the dimensional section and find them, are great for making shaker cards. You can see the foam is in there. So those are fun. Then this card is this paper again, but I did some Z folds and put a little twine, little edging on that. And here's another one. And because I was doing it this way, I did it as a flip up. Yeah, I like the white way better. So I just cut those cards, those linen cards, in half. There's that. I think that's those, and these are all the other ones. I ended up cutting up this background to make a lot of other cards, pretty much. So I don't have a ton of other ones. And then with this background, that's the original card. This is paper cut out from the, I think it's Autumn Gatherings. This is the one that was the online exclusive, not the one that is in the catalog. So this opens up, this, and I'm sure there's a fancy name for that. I like it though. It's fun, and these are leaves cut out of that paper. Autumn Gathering. Then I took this card. Again, this background plaid is Autumn Gathering, as is this green, and this is a missing piece card, which is what our class is for this month. And I did actually a couple missing piece, 2 missing piece cards. Yep. And then this is a version where I stamped in the warm wishes here instead of the geese, just trying to kind of play with it a little bit. And then I put this and some of those gold leaves. I thought they were going to show up more, but this piece really takes up a lot of room, so the leaves didn't show up so much. But I think that's all for the card. So let me show you what we did. I did with the layout. Gosh, I got really, really busy. Let me stick these out of the way. Put them so my daughter can put the back of them. And then this is the layout that I came up with, and I used the Cricut print and cut. Found these little elements. The leaves are falling and my coffee is calling. Fall bucket list. Hi, Regina. Hello, fall. And then fall is proof that the change is beautiful. And that was fun. And then this is the piece of paper from that Autumn Gathering paper, which is my favorite paper. Yeah, and these colors that are in the paper pumpkin, well, it was designed to work with the autumn tool that's in the catalog. I think it looks just fine with this paper. Okay, that's over, so we don't need that. The kits were on sale. This is a great time to sign up. $125 of products for $35. You pick your kit. And $189 for $99. A great deal, and I guess this is the best that they've ever offered before. So I just put that out there because it probably is. Since I haven't been around that long, I don't know what their kit offerings have been. The next one is this is the Workshop of the Month guide. So if you get the lovely florals, which I have to confess is paper that I started off not liking at all and ended up being like, oh, okay. So I'm just going to go through these really quickly. We took the workshop and went from 3 layouts that are in the workshop into 7 layouts and 1 cover page. You made kindness your mission. I really like this one and the sayings. My daughter can be a very kind person when she wants to be. Keyword, when she wants to be. Then here is this. I really liked this paper, and this peach color is only in the workshop. It is not a regular color, and I think it looks really, really pretty. I like it better than I do. I think it's petal pink, which actually to me looks like a peach. If you're headed out to the pumpkin patch, here's your pages for that. And even though this is flowery paper, the back sides make it workable. Make time for fun and happy days. I think I actually have this backwards. This was blank up here, but I chose to add a 4x6 picture in there. It was just too much blank for me. I want to get as many pictures as I can on a scrapbook page. I don't know about the rest of you. Life is lovely, and again, this nice, beautiful color combination. And the last one, this is the cover page. But you can, I took the scraps, and I seldom have like a cover page, I really should, but I take the scraps and I did this without adding any extra paper into that. Like there are pieces that are only this big underneath these pictures slots. So that is the workshop of the month. Yeah. So if you get the lovely floral scrapbooking workshop, let me know and I will get you the guide. All right, so that takes care of that one. So let's play with these Memories and More cards. So they come and they are designed for pocket scrapbooking, guys. Like some people do the pocket scrapbooking, some people don't. These are very pretty, done with a watercolor style behind it. I was playing with some of these. Great, obviously, for the scrapbooking. You don't have to do a pocket scrapbooking. You can put them on a scrapbook page. And what I was trying to do was kind of turn one over. I love this little Christmas tree. I've been playing with a couple ideas for this. But we are going to mess around with this and see what we come up with. I have a couple started, and if you look at your catalog on page 13, there's some samples right here, and it shows you the cards, which I confess now to be extremely baffled about where I put them when I cleaned up so that I could have a desk to put things on. Oh, here they are. I also brought in 2 stamp sets because I needed some sentiments and I wanted something to stamp on the inside. So I looked at branching out and thought, with all these little branches on these cards, that would be really good. And if you wanted to, you could really play with some watercolor pieces to it if you wanted to. I feel like those belong to a card or something. And then I grabbed in Greetings of the Season, which, by the way, has some amazing dies that all have the little tags. So, like, you can make this for tags to put on presents. To play with a little bit. But I had Wishing You a Day Filled with Happy Moments. And From Our Family to Yours is what I pulled out of this one to use. And may your holiday seasons be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. I know that it's not always the best season for people, especially if it's a first season of something. All right. So let's put this away and let's take a look at 2 of the things I created. And I'm going to just show you how easy it was to put them together. So this is one card that I created, and this is that from Our Family to Yours. I thought, oh, how cute, and we'll just sign our names there. And I made another card here with the Merry Christmas, which happens to be a standalone pocket card, or standalone 3x4, didn't change the size at all, and just matted it and put it on top. Used the, I want to call it damask, but I do not think it's damask. There's my little branches down there. So let's make 2 cards really quick. There's like, I want to take this one and I want to put a saying above it. Now these are 4x6, so you do need to cut them down to make a standard card or change the size of your card. I do recommend that you cut it down to a standard card because envelopes will be a little bit difficult. Okay, so this is the most wonderful time of the year, which is right here, and I need to cut some pieces off. I'm going to do that. We're going to do a little bit of stamping, and you can see I have some pieces here to kind of put things on. And honestly, guys, I eyeballed where this is going to be. I put that down and went, okay. I don't want the red. Hi, Susan. We're just chatting with you on the messenger. These are cute pieces, and so I hung on to them. My little scrap pile over here. And we'll build the front of this card first, and then we'll build the inside because I need to stamp on that. This is Secret C. I have to confess, this was kind of unusual colors. I don't feel like that is my... Is that why I had that? That's why I had this one in. So I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with this one, but we'll put that there so you can see. And like I said, these are a watercolor. This is going to be 4 inches by 6 inches, but we need it to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. I just cut that piece right off. And again, hang on to it. You might use it. This is the card we're building. This goes down. And I want to cut this, like I said, I want to do this, but I want to put a saying right there. If I could find like an old Silent Night, or Holy Night, or Holy Night would be really pretty there. So put this down. The next layer on this is going to be, I should check this, make sure this is going to work. No such luck. Okay, got to cut myself another red piece. Y'all know I eyeball a lot. I'm actually going to just put this on. I don't know who else scrapbooks this way or creates this way, but I know that that's roughly 1/8 of an inch on every side. And if you put this into your cutter and you put it, you can see where that's going to run, and you can pretty much figure out your edges so that they're 1/4 of an inch by having that line up to where this piece is right here, this edge. So it is seeable. And there you go. Not saying I'm too fancy. This is ribbon that I think is in clearance right now. I know I love the trees too. I really do. Now, for me, I felt like this plaid was really overwhelming. It's not, I guess it's not really too bad, but I needed to break it up. So I grabbed a piece of my Secret C, And to adhere the ribbon on, I'm just going to put glue dots on both sides. I thought I would really like glue dots done this way. I don't think I just tend to get these little things all over the place. And I've seen a lot of people use these memory and more cards to create a fast little card. I find that this is a very easy way to put ribbon down, not have any kind of glue stick showing through, especially with sheer ribbon on the front. You can have that really show through and not look very nice. Eyeball it again to put it, I mean, you can measure this out if you want, but put it in the center of the card. And then flip this over and find some dimensionals to use on it. And don't forget to use the edge of the dimensionals. Don't throw it out. Maximize it. And let's see. And just line it up to the top and bottom and center. And there's the top of your card. And then for the inside of the card, oh my gosh, come on. It's going to be your 5 inches by 5¼ inches by 4 inches. But I want to do a little bit of stamping on this, maybe. And I blocked it all up. And so it really may be a maybe. And I don't see my pine trees at all. So we may be not doing the pine trees from branching out, which I think is a great stamp set. So we're going to stamp our... I tend to misplace things when I get to creating. And I make the red cherry cobbler. I feel like it really stands out bold. I'm going to put it over here. And since I can't find my can't find my stamping piece. You love my crazy. So it just gets too mixed up. But I like the red and green in there and it ties it in. So we're just going to take this piece and stick it along the side. And that way we have done a little bit of something to the inside of our card. Just kind of... I'm just trying to make sure that I have it so it's not too far off. And then this goes on the inside of the card. So if you're looking at needing some cute cards that are, in my opinion, pretty elegant with this, this is really a great way to do it. So there's one. Then I have this card here, and I have it mostly done, prepped up for us to be able to do, maybe. So this is the piece, and you can, like, you can't do it this way because this is a 3x4 card. I love that plaid. So I'm going to take my 3x4 card. I need it to be... how did I do this? Yes, That's what I did. 3 by 4. I need it to be 4 1/4 at the bottom, and then 3 1/4. So that's how I could take the 4-inch side and cut that off. Get it out of here. And these 3 by 4 cards make great ones for this split cover. There's probably some fancy name. Close my ink. Right, Bernice? Y'all know I wear it, so that is there for sure. So you take your 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and you score it 2 1/8 on each side. Just go in 2 1/8, flip it over, score 2 1/8. That's the simple way of doing it. And then again, I had somewhere put that in there. I don't know where. But here is our card center, and I had stamped that cute little piece in there, but no can do because I have no idea where. Is that long enough? Am I crazy? I would advise that you not do it this way, that you stamp first and then glue down. This is a do as I suggest, not as I do. Like I tell my kid. Oh, I just discovered, get that out of there. There it is. That there. Close this up. Grab my early espresso and my macchiato, and this is where I would say you got to kind of be careful and play with this a little bit. I'm looking for my, I had a scratch paper thing, but you want to take a piece of paper. That is not all sticky, but I'm going to use a sticky piece of paper. Line it up so that you can take your branch and make it come out like this. Make sure that that doesn't come over. And then you take these cute little, and I tell you, they are cute. I cannot wait to play with this. It's not designed to be a Christmas set, but I felt like it matched this so well. Rotate that around, and those fit right over there like that. And there's your inside of your card with a little decoration to it. Now we're going to cut our green pieces. Now you know that your green pieces are inside that. They were 2 1/8 by 5 1/2. So you're going to go down 1/4 inch to 5 1/4. And then you're going to go this way, and 1/4 inch is going to be 3 7/8. So 3 7/8. Yeah, I'm really glad that I actually pulled these cards out, Susan, because I got this and I was like, so this is 2, so this was 2 1/8 by 1, not 3. It is going to be 1 7/8. Yeah, I feel like it is too. I feel like it's more versatile than I gave it credit for. grab our embossing machine. Now this is a regular embossing folder, so you are going to use your normal, well, I'm going to use your normal sandwich that you would use for doing thin cuts on here. Gotta figure out how to put this on here so you guys can see what I'm doing. It feels so different. And put the rough side down. Put that in and grab your top piece. I'm telling you, this is like one of the easiest crank ones that I've seen. And there you go. Look at that. It's got great texture. Even though it's not the, you know, like the 3D embossing folder. And this is on page, this card kit is on page 13 in your book. Grab this. Hi Gina, how are you? Welcome. Welcome to the zoo. I feel like this week has been really crazy and really, really fast. And here is this. Got it? Then you're going to take your cute little card that fell apart. You put it on like this and you center it. And remember that you are only going to glue the right or the left side down, because if you glue it all down, then you won't be able to open the card. I, of course, have never done that. And I am Pinocchio. Here we go. Didn't you get a catalog book, Susan? I ordered you one to be delivered, or the big one. Didn't you joined a little bit too late for me to mail you the big catalog? But you should have gotten the mini. This guy should have come to you in your mailbox, because I order these for my customers. It is such a much better deal for me, because you can't even touch the postage right now. Interestingly, on this color right here is actually that strawberry slush, which I pulled out. I had a really hard time with it though, because it's pretty pink. And I just feel like it, for me, did not work. But, anyway, so there's those two cards. Now, I was dying to try one of these other cards here. I'm going to pull up. Okay. I'm going to do the little hunt here for the different pieces that I've got. This is that. There's that. I should have another one of these. Okay. So I take this and take our cute little Christmas tree, look at it. And that would cover up that piece if you wanted to do it this way. I kind of have a little bit of a hard time. I do like that. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, so this has got to be trimmed down the right way, which is 5.5, and I need it to come down to 5.5 at 6 inches, so I need a 1/2 inch off on each side. So using this measure, I'm going to take a 1/2 inch off on each side. Thank you, Bernice. Oh, good. I'm glad you got the mini. do 5 here. And just do this card really quick. And that, whoops, our little Christmas tree. Now, I have to tell you, for me, this does not go right. Does that make sense? I need a little something in there. And so the color that I'm going to choose is either going to be the, you know what, I think I'm going to try the red. That piece of red that didn't work. Okay. Look at that, you guys. Yep. I'm going to do the red. Yes, I love mattes, guys. I just don't, I think mattes bring out the best in a design. And this is where I noticed that I get it wrong. So this needs to be 3 1/4 for that that 1/4 inch border. Get rid of that. Where's my card base at? But I think my card base is going to need to be, I thought I had some plain. Oh well, I guess I didn't cut that. So cut this at 5 1/2. Flip this, 4 1/4. Don't cut it, score it. It's funny, since I have discovered this, being able to score using, I can't score with the, I used my scoreboard that I got from Stampin' Up, which I used all the time, before figuring out that I could score on the cutter. And now, oh no, did I cut this wrong? Oh my goodness, I sure did. All right, well, I know that I can use that on another card, so we're gonna change it up. And I know what I did. I need to take just 1/8 of an inch off each side. That's 1/2. Shoot, I probably should have gone this way. You guys, I think I might have messed this up already. So we're going to try and look at this before I cut it again, right? I'm challenged. This is 5 1/2. This needs to be 5 1/4. I cut it at 5 1/4. Okay, let's take this and see where that leaves us for 5 1/4. Just about. I hope other people can be as stumped as I get on math sometimes. Basic math that I should be like whiz bang at. Take this. Nope, I'm not going to like that. I'm not going to like it wrapped around. Doesn't mean I won't like it. I have been running through 3D foam tape lately. If you put this in like this, flip it, you'll get a nice, you just need a little dot in the middle, but I've been going through the regular size 3D foam majorly. And look at that, guys. And we have our cute little bulbs all over this, which you could take your red stickles if you wanted to, or you could take This is awfully pink looking. This is supposed to be real red. I would not use real red because real red looks very pinky to me, maybe a little dry dark. But go through and put like little red now. This is of course one you got to let dry, but the red really brings out the card. Okay, so who wants a card? Anybody ready to take home a card? If you are, first 3 people to respond me I will send a card to. Something a little bit different than our normal. Let's pull this out. I just want to see. Doesn't that look pink to you guys? Maybe not. Maybe it's... I guess it just looks pink and... Bernice. I guess it looks kind of pink in the bottle. I'm gonna grab this little tree. Gonna do this on here just because I want to see what it looks like. Here you guys go. Let's try it in C session here. Life is an experiment. Try something new. If it works, keep it. If it doesn't work, throw it out with the bathwater. I guess it's not that far off. I think though I like the darker red of the stickles better. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Bernice is me. Good job. Good catch, Bernice. Wow, Bernice, you look like my card winner. So what do you guys think? Do you like the stickles or do you like that kind of pearl stuff better? Well, Bernice, you shall be my winner. Let me know what you guys think. Pearl or sparkles? I don't actually think they look super different on the, I'm trying to bring, oops, move the whole thing. Hope you don't make you guys seasick. I was going to try and bring the light better closer, but that's not going to work. Okay. Darker is better. I do, yeah, I do think that it definitely is lighter on this, and it's definitely darker on that. All right, ladies. Bernice, I'll drop a card in the mail. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.